he risked everything. Pay a mentor before anything to learn from someone that's already successful in what they're doing, rather than paying someone else and giving them the control of the business.
Three, two, one. Welcome to Dollars and Dreams podcast. I'm the host, Sebastian, and today we have our co-host or our guest is Alejandro Cash Flow Capital.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Woo!
There you go. That's an entrance.
Yes. So, like, just a little thing I want to jump into here. My homie here is wearing all ASVR, right? If you guys don't know what ASVR,
I gotta correct you.
Sorry, ASRV.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what ASRV is, so the most expensive fitness brand out there, all right? The most, all right? You want to tell me why, like, you're, like, repping the hell out of them?
I just love the brand, man. I love the vision behind it, the mindset behind it, and it's comfortable and it feels good and it looks good.
And you also got the tattoo I see of, like, their phrase.
Yeah, only those who risk are free. I'm very big on taking massive amounts of risk to just putting everything on the line just to go for what you want in life. You know what I mean? And I kind of align with their values. So that's why I got the socks, hat, shirt, pants, backpack, every fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. I noticed that you said you were going to get another tattoo from them as well.
Yeah, relentless pursuit.
Nice. Where are you going to get it?
Don't know yet, but
All
I'll
right, guys,
figure it out.
in the comment section, please, like, let us know where you guys want for him to put the next tattoo on him. Like, butt cheek, left cheek.
Yeah. could do that, yeah.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people don't really know who I am, especially when it comes to your world, all right, and how we met. So I want to jump into how, like, we basically met. So for those of you guys that don't know, I do a lot of videography, content creating, and personal branding for a lot of huge entrepreneurs. And when they throw events and whatnot, it gives me the opportunity to meet their audience and actually connect with people in your audience. And Alejandro happened to be one of those people in the audience. He reached out via Instagram, and he was like, yo, man, I would love to work with you. Let's meet up. And I remember we met up in Orlando for the first time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Jay's event. So Jay Monopoly, shout out to Jay. We met at his event for him and Brandon Medford, or no?
Yeah, Brandon Medford. Yeah. It was like a free event that they just threw, just like a little pop-up. I actually, like, made a post, and then Jay reached out to me and then referred me to you, and then that's how we connected.
It's crazy. Yo, the power of social media, guys, it's absolutely insane. It's the word of mouth and referrals and whatnot. It's out of this world, especially with social media. Like, and then from there, it was really history, guys. We got onto the phone. We were on calls, and, you know, we've done multiple services together. But more than anything, I feel like we bonded, like, yo, like, as brothers. I'm not gonna lie, like, I do see you as a brother.
Yeah, man.
Like, we talked every day on the phone for, like, maybe like 4 or 5 hours a day, talking business, and, like, I felt like we bonded on a level that I don't bond with a lot of people like that. I know I always tell you, I'll be like, yo, man, I'll call you, like, at 2:00 in the morning, and I'll be like, yo, man, like, are you working? Like, yo, what are you doing today? Are you achieving your goals today? And you'll be like, yeah, bro, I'm knocking my shit out. Like,
Yeah.
And it's something that me and Roger talk about all the time. It's like keeping your homies accountable, you know, like, definitely, like, just grinding it out, you know, taking it to that next level. Like, I noticed, especially with you do the same thing with me. You'll call me, you'll be like, hey, are you doing this? Are you working on this? Whatnot? And I'll just be like, yeah, like, we're getting it done, you know?
Yeah, I think it's important to have accountability for everyone around you. Like, you don't truly love and care for that person unless you're holding them accountable to their, you know, what they can achieve. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. So you want to tell the audience a little bit more about what you do, like, service-wise?
So what I do is I do credit repair, business funding, and then I'm also getting into asset protection, setting up international trust, holding companies, and just basically providing the service to where, like, it's a one-stop shop. I repair the credit. I help them get funding for their business. I help them make money in their business. Then I help them protect their assets, and then I help them create generational wealth through infinite banking. So I have a lot of different services that I provide, but they all fall under finance. And basically, I just want to be the one-stop shop to just take care of people financially.
So if someone's coming to you, like, where do they start? Like, what's the first thing out of all the things that they need to get fixed before they start doing any?
First thing's credit. Your personal credit profile is everything. You know what I mean? So, like, even if you have an existing business and your personal credit's not the best, You want to get that dialed in so you can get the 0% business funding and then use that to scale your existing business. Then you're making more money. Then you can start allocating your money into infinite banking policies. And then you could have the corporate structure where you have everything in a trust. And then the trust owns the holding company in Wyoming, which is a non-piercing state. And then the holding company owns your S-corps and LLCs. And then it basically allows you to not own anything but control everything. So there's very little liability, and that's how you protect your assets.
Right, nice. So I keep hearing about the like no docs, the 0%. Like, how does like an everyday individual get access to something like that?
Leveraging your personal credit. That's everything. Before, a lot of people, like 90% of the people that hit me up for funding, I have to turn them down just because their personal credit profile isn't dialed in. And so that's what I start with first. I was like, hey, let me look at your personal credit profile, and then let's get that repaired and dialed in. And then we move on to the 0% funding, and then so on and so forth. But it all starts with your personal credit. That is like the most crucial part to achieve that next level.
Okay. So like people get their credit fixed. After credit, they go into funding. All right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, like after you fix their credit and they get access to like $60,000, $100,000 in funding, what do you tell them? Like, hey, listen, like they're not used to managing that type of money. So like how do you guide them on where they take that financial route? After?
Personally, man, the best investment you can make is in yourself. So I would highly recommend them to find a verified and qualified mentor in the niche or industry that they want to pursue. That is the best investment you can make.
You talk about that a lot. I know that you have a little bit of a distaste for automations.
Yes, man.
It's something we made content recently about it, and I was just like, oof, this homie's popping shots.
I have so many friends that are entrepreneurs that invested $25,000, $35,000, $40,000 into e-commerce automation stores, and they are like have not received a return of their investment at all.
And do you think it's more, no matter what, you have to take some accountability for your investment, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, where do you think they fell off when it came to like investing into these things?
Man, it's hard to say because like as entrepreneurs, like it's hard to run a business. It's hard to get to a point where you're providing quality services for each and every single client over and over and over. But that's where you got to kind of verify the service providers that you're spending money with. And I would recommend that you pay a mentor before anything to learn from someone that's already successful in what they're doing rather than paying someone else and giving them the control of the business.
Yeah.
You want to have, and I tell every single one of my clients once they get funding, put it into a business that you can control every single variable because then it's on you.
Right.
It's not on someone else, and there's no one to blame but yourself. And that just comes down to self-accountability and making sure, like, I know when I invest into something, like when I started, dude, like when I started my journey, I was doing AC for like 5 years, and I got tired of that shit. It all started when I was up in an attic at 2 a.m, working 7 days a week on call, crawling through a fucking attic space on my stomach, breathing in insulation, rat shit, all of that, and trying to find a low voltage short, which is the worst thing to fucking find in a fucking attic at 2 a.m. Almost passed out, and then I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. I maxed out all my fucking cards. I had like $40,000 in personal credit cards. Bought mentorship after mentorship, course after course. A couple of them were waste of money. The best one was the funding mentorship and the real estate mentorship by Pace Morby. I cannot like say more great things about Pace Morby's mentorship. That allowed me to learn everything about real estate and connect me with people all around the nation that share a very like mind, and they're just go-givers. Like his community that he's built is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my clients are from his mentorship, and a lot of the business ventures and partnerships are within his mentorship. So I cannot, say enough about just that investment. It was like $8,000, but it was worth every single penny.
So do you prefer mentorships over courses? Because I see a lot of people, like even myself, I've spent money on courses, probably around $50,000 on courses. And at the end of the day, it depends on my execution on these courses. But I feel like sometimes they're general. general information.
A lot of courses are. Me personally, I like to be like, I like to have someone to be like, hey, like, how do I do this? Like, having access to someone that's literally going to kind of guide you through every step of the way, I think that's very invaluable, because that's how I learn. I learn by seeing and doing, not by reading and absorbing information.
So how do we find these mentors, man? I know social media. Listen, I play the social media game just like anyone else, and I know how easy it is to, I don't want to say play a facade, but put up a perception of what not reality is, all right, for individuals. And that's my job. You know, we do branding and we do a lot of, you know, we say perception is reality, but in reality, you really need to know these individuals. Like, I see a lot, especially when it comes to, I hate using Miami, but Miami influencers. It's very easy to think that someone's up when reality they're not, you know?
Yeah, man.
So how does someone do the homework? So like imagine like I'll put it like for an example, like people from Miami, New York, and California, they're all, we call them the social media hubs, all right? So all these people understand social media. They know the game, they know followers, they know like comments and stuff like that. Now the interstates, the people in like between, you know, like Texas, Indiana, all that area, they don't really know or are aware of like the high followers, the verifications and stuff like that. It's more like they believe what it is, which is exactly why we say perception is reality, because majority of people don't really know. But the people that do know, how do we like educate them to find the real mentors within all the garbage?
I would, if you're interested in mentorship from someone, ask them for testimonials from their clients and their mentees, and verify that those are actual mentees from them. And I don't know how you would necessarily do that, but you would just.
I think like that's a good smart idea. Like you just DM them and ask them what the results are.
Yeah, and like ask for proof. Because I know one of my friends, he paid for a mentorship like 40 grand, and he did not get the deliverables that he was promised.
What was the ROI?
I mean, he got to go to events held by that certain mentor and had the connections and stuff like that. But what the mentor promised him, you know, like he didn't deliver on everything that he promised. So it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. Even you yourself, I know that right now you're having a hard time with this trucking thing. You know?
Oh man, I don't even really want to get into that. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I allocated a lot of capital to that, and then you know,
it was also, by the way, like you have to think about it like these investments, these different like automations. Most people come from a different background. So you're investing into something that you really don't understand. So like there's a lot of, I don't want to say discrepancies, but basically discrepancies in those types of businesses that you're unaware of.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. The trucking industry right now is rough, just because of the economy. But my experience with my logistics company has been nothing but a nightmare. I mean, it was going good for a certain period of time, and then we had to fire a driver, and then you know I'm floating the company 10 grand a month just because we're waiting like a month just to hire another driver, and you know that hurts. You know what I mean? I'm making good money within my business, but then I have to float this other company just so like it doesn't go under. But at the end of the day, I ended up just pulling the plug on that, shutting things down. I'm in the process of selling the truck, and then
I understand you're liquidating right now.
At the end of the day, man, like, and Alex Hermosi like says this is like, you know, stick with the one thing that you know. Not like as entrepreneurs, we always want to jump from thing to thing and challenge ourselves and like go into different industries and stuff like that. But just get good at one thing.
I see that a lot, especially down here. There's a lot of people that jump from different industries. So I say this when it comes to, you know, having mentors and whatnot. If you want a mentor, find someone that's been doing the same thing for the last 10 years. If you want somebody that jumps from different industries, that will never truly understand like the industry.
No, because then you're just starting from scratch all over again. I was actually listening to Hermosi's podcast not too long ago, and he was saying that there's this guy that he knew that owned a trash business. He built it up, sold it for like 7-8 figures, And then, Alex was asking him, what are you going to do now? He's like, well, I'm just going to do it again. He's going to build up another trash business and do it again. It's what I know. It's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And then as entrepreneurs, we want to venture out into different things. And it's just,
I get it though. It's like you get excited. It's like the whole silver object thing, like you see like all these different like ways of making making, money or revenue. And I feel like, especially as I don't even consider I hate that word. I hate the word entrepreneur, but like me as just a business owner, it's just like we have like, let's just for example, like I do a video for someone, all right, for $1,000, all right. And then I find out that within that client's business that they can make $1,000 or like $10,000 in the same time frame it took me to make a video for them. Mm-hmm. And I see and I understand as entrepreneurs that's always like a switch to always want to switch into another business, but you don't know how many problems you have to solve for that switch to happen. Yeah. So it's like I see it because like I work with different clients all the time that make 6 or 7 figures monthly. And like it's like you want to tap into what they're doing, because you want to do that switch, but you can't.
You don't know what they went through to get to that point.
Exactly, you don't know. You have no idea. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, like if you want to study the mentors and get into like having a mentor, go scroll down all the way to the bottom of their page and figure out where they started at. Figure out who they were connecting to get to that level, because then you can actually start thinking about them. So like, for example, when I first got into rewiring my mind and trying to like just evolve myself, I started to watch a lot of Gary Vee, but not his new stuff. I went back on the YouTube things to look at his wine videos that he always talks about, and I started watching that. And then I kept seeing everything I got to see how he evolved and where he started to fix himself and patch himself. And the same thing like I'm doing for my industry, and same thing as like you'll probably do for yours, is that you'll slowly start to like build things, all right? Like document everything, and then you can look back and be like, okay, this is where I was, and then this is what I fixed, and then this is where I'm going. And then that's how like your mentees or like people like in the future can like actually look at your stuff and be like, yo, this is where he was before, and this is where he's going now. Yeah, man. It's a great way to measure your success, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I just think it's so like invaluable just to stick with one thing. Like try a bunch of the different things out, but find the thing that you like doing, that you're good at, and just continue to do that and get better to where you perfect it and you become like the dominating force in your industry. And that way, there is no competition in the industry for you. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you're a closer. Like in reality, that's what you are. Like,
I was never like that though. Like I hate being on camera. I had a private Instagram. I was an introvert to the fullest. What brought me out of my shell was like doing AC, because like I had to go into random people's houses and like talk to them. And they were pissed because their AC's down and shit like that. And like I had to calm them down. Like it taught me like how to not convince, but persuade someone into paying a certain amount, because when I was working, we were charging really expensive prices for shit that was like $20. You know what I mean? Like $300 for a capacitor, it costs like $12 at the fucking store.
But that's with like any industry. Like
for sure.
There's a value point,
But it's like when the client knows that it's $12, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, do you want it up and now, or do you want to go do it yourself? Because I know how to do it and do it the right way. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%.
But that brought me out of my shell. And then I met this guy. I went to this guy's house to fix his AC, fix it in like 10 minutes. He had a 2-story house, beautiful wife, nice cars. Like, I was like, man, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm in insurance. I was like, yeah. We sat and talked for like 2 hours on the clock. And I was just like, this is like on my way out of AC. And he's like, gave me his card. He's like, when you're done with this shit, give me a call. And I gave him a call not too long after that, and started doing health insurance. Made good money, but it wasn't for me.
I know, because that's when I met you.
Yeah.
I met you when you were like doing the infinite banking thing, and it's a great concept with the payouts. There's like, what, every month or 2 or 3 months?
No. So like when I was doing health insurance, so I was doing Medicaid. So I was dealing with like people that were like 65 and older. And and I started looking at different types of insurance, and then I looked at life insurance, and then I went down this rabbit hole of life insurance, and I found out like the Rockefellers use life insurance, Walt Disney used life insurance, Ray Kroc used life insurance to start their wealth and start their businesses. And I started working for this one life insurance company. The compensation rate wasn't all that great, but like my first month, I think I made like 30,000 in annual premiums, and like that's when I knew I was like, okay, like this is real. But like I can make a shit ton of money, but like my commission was just like shit.
This is during the same time frame that we were building the other funnels, right?
I think so, yeah.
Funnel. I remember that because your friend Bilal was like, he's like, oh my God, bro, you're killing it with content, and you're getting a lot of clients through content.
Yeah.
Like not just for life insurance, but also for credit.
Yeah.
And I remember like the first time, like, when you were in town, like, I think we were at Poppy Steak, and you posted a video of the steak, and I kid you not, like you had like 10 qualified leads like after that.
Yeah, it's crazy what $1,000 steak will do.
Yeah, and you just boosted it too. You just spent like $12 to boost it even more, and and you just got hella traction.
I had so many people follow me after that, and I just looked at it as like a marketing expense. Plus, like having the Poppy Steak briefcase and all that shit. It's fun, man, and it's addicting. I want to go back again, but it's doing that all the time is just not financially smart to do.
Well, it's also levels of playing, like where you're at, like you can do it here, you can do it there, but not like all the time.
Yeah,
like every weekend type of thing. And also it loses its effect. Like I feel like when people do it like every day, like it loses its effect, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So every once in a while, I like to get the briefcase, come down to Poppy's, and get.
We do it all the time, guys. It's one of those it's like one of those traditions. Like when he's winning, he comes down. We go to Poppy's. We enjoy ourselves. We have a good time. We eat. Like
I always have a good time at Poppy's.
Yeah,
always. It's never a bad night at Poppy's, literally. But yeah, man, like. I forgot where we were at. I got distracted by the steak.
You're good, yeah. No, you're hungry. I can see it on your face.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up because I know you were talking about trucking, and I know you're liquidating from that area, and it's something that I saw on the news today, and I was just like, how do you feel about like DeSantis move on immigration law when it comes to the trucking community?
That's a touchy subject.
It is.
I think everyone.
Because you're an immigrant as well, like.
Well, my father's an immigrant. I was born in the States, but my father had to come from Colombia over to the States, and he had to go to college all over again just to, have his degree be valid in the States.
I know.
And so, like, he risked everything to come here. And, like, to me, like, that's, like, the ultimate sacrifice. Like, I didn't really see my father growing up, like, too much because he was always working.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like, I know that I have super big shoes to fill when it comes to retiring him and my mother and making sure that my sisters have the financial literacy to do whatever they want to do in life. So I started the trucking company to retire my family because I know it's a good industry. I wanted to be a part of something that helped the U.S. economy. But to go back to DeSantis and I believe everyone deserves a chance to make a life in America, but I think you should definitely go through it like the right way because my father risked everything to do it the right way.
I get it. My mom did the same thing. I'm an immigrant myself, born in Colombia, like came here, like we struggled and we had to do things the right way, and I get it. Like it's hard. It's a struggle. The naturalization process is not fun.
No, and it takes a while. But like there's systems in place for a reason. Yeah. And like the millions of people coming across our southern border, like I understand because they're fleeing from like dictatorships and communism and stuff like that. But then you also have terrorists. You also have sex traffickers. You have all these like human trafficking down there. And like some of the people, like, yes, they have genuine concerns. They want to create a good life. The other people, when they're just opening the door and letting them cross, like a lot of bad people can get in.
Well, they're boycotting right now. So like all these truckers are boycotting Florida and not coming to Florida. And the way I see it is, and this is just I'll probably get canceled for this, but this is just like my perception on it, is that you're putting fuel on the fire that's already going on. So like it's almost like when any when anybody boycotts, it's like it's not the smartest thing to do in a business, all right? Because now you're putting it on the business owners to take all the risk, right? So I don't know if you guys understand right now, but like we're right now going through AI. So AI is really big right now. So like even Amazon did this like recently, bro. Like Amazon did this whole boycott with, you know, with their employees. Their employees were like, we're not getting paid enough, and they're like, say less. We're gonna have robots do it, you know, and that's exactly what they did. So it's like almost like, and it's not an attack on people, all right. It's just more in the sense of like there's someone else that's willing to do it for less, you know, and it's that's capitalism, period, all right.
Yeah.
But like when I see these things like on the news and whatnot, I'm not political at all. I'm like the most politically ignorant person on the planet. I really am. But when I see things like that, you know, because especially with business, you have to always keep your open mind about these things. Is that when people stop like closing and putting that risk on the business owner is looking for solutions, all right? So he's saying, okay, well, I got a bunch of trucks, you know, I'm losing money. Like, what do I do now? I hate to say this, but like there's a lot of these AI companies, these AI trucking companies, all right, they're going to try to implement, you know. That's how it happened, like, you know, like with certain industries when like after COVID hit, a lot of AI started to kick in because like a lot of people were saying, hey, listen, I don't want to do that for this amount of pay, you know.
Yeah.
I could just work from home, you know.
I mean, trucking's hard, man. Like one of my best friends, he's a truck driver.
Yeah, I met him, Gabe.
Yeah, and it gets lonely, man. Like you're away from friends, family. You're out there on the road for weeks, months at a time sometimes.
How do you pee, man? I always think about that.
Yeah, he just got a water jug and just fucking does it while he's driving, man. You know what I mean?
You can't even have like a normal meal.
Yeah, no, it's a whole
the more I think about it, it's like, bro, what do you drink? Smoothie King all day? Like,
I don't know, man. I think, I don't know. Maybe AI taking over logistics and stuff like that would be a beneficial thing, so that you know people could.
I think a lot of people have, and maybe just because I like capitalism and I like business and whatnot, that I see AI as more of a positive than a negative. But I do see the negative. Trust me. Like it's like I know that it's going to take a lot of people out of jobs. I know for a fact that it is. But I also think that it's going to put people out of jobs. But it should provide a new economy for new jobs, for different things, that for roles that we need to actually fulfill. You know, like and like I know truck drivers, like in a sense, is like, and I'm not attacking truck drivers in any way, but I think that maybe they're not happy, bro. You think they like, you know, like
I mean, some guys love doing it because you're traveling and you're getting to see across the states. But I guess over time, like man, like I've been on the phone with him. You know what I mean?
You know, because you recruit them, like
where
they're at mentally, like health wise and whatnot.
A lot of truckers get fat, real fat the first year. You know what I mean? Because you're just sitting down, not doing shit,
not exercising, you know? Stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know but that shouldn't be an excuse. And I
It's not. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah. Listen, like, there's no excuse.
We talk about this all the time.
Get the fucking work done. Do the fucking work, and like stay disciplined.
We're big on this, right? And we talk about this on the phone for hours. And I know for a fact we might get canceled for this one, but I'm super fat phobic. Like I really am. And like, and I mean that in the sense of like, yo, if you have like, you know, diseases or things that are actually hurting your health, that's different. But we're talking about like more in the sense of like putting the effort to invest in yourself.
You are where you are in life because of the decisions and choices you've made all the way up to this point. And it's only going to get better if you make the decision for it to get better.
100%.
Everything needs to be like self-accountable. Like you need that self-accountability because like I'm not where I want to be. Yes, I want to be way higher than where I am right now. Like things are good, but I want to be at such a level to where like.
But you have to. That's what I'm saying. So like,
you gotta have a big vision.
It's almost like you go to the gym, right? You see a personal trainer that's fat, right? And then he's giving you advice on health, right?
Yeah.
Are you more likely to take his advice or take his advice of someone else? So that's what I'm saying. It's not just like being fat as like oh my God, like ugly and stuff like that. No, it's more just like health wise. Like for example, like myself, I have health issues, right? Like I had heart surgery when I was 13. I was told by doctors I can't run, I can't do anything anymore, bro. I told fuck them, bro. Like yo, I'm gonna try to push the threshold, you know, as much as I can to that other inch, you know.
Man, yeah, I saw. I don't know. There was this kid, I don't know where exactly in the world, but he had cancer, and the doctor said that he wasn't going to live. and I guess he was listening to Andrew Tate and
Yeah.
Tristan Tate, and he just started hitting the gym hard, started like believing in himself that he was gonna live. Like when he put it in his mind that
Yep.
he was meant for something more, he decided from that day on that he was gonna live and he was gonna become the best version of himself.
Yeah.
And they actually like reached out to him, gave him like paid for his like bills, like stuff for his mom and everything like that. And I think, dude, like I think their message helped a lot of like young men and old men, because I know guys that I used to work with in the AC company, they had a divorce or something like that. They got in the gym, they started listening to Andrew Tate, and their lives exponentially got better.
Well, I think more like just the Tate brothers in general. Like I know that for a fact, they woke up like the inner man, if that makes sense. So like a lot of men have been put down for the last couple of years have been hard. Like mental health for men is not checked up on, and I know for a fact that us as men, we try to help each other out. We do. We don't really try to put our fellow men down, but it's hard, man. It really is. And we talk about it all the time, but like, and especially with men and women and whatnot, like it's the weak ones you have to worry about, because the weak ones are the ones that act out. The weak ones are the ones that rash out, man. It's a scary thing, man.
Fucking, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole right now, but fucking definitely think that China's in bed with Biden, and Biden's just letting them fucking deteriorate our culture and our country from within.
I don't know, man. Like I'm like the worst when it comes to this stuff.
I used to be super political and like, but I got myself away from that, because like once you go down the rabbit hole and you see shit for what it really is, man, it's like hard to not see it in everything that's going on.
But the thing is like you can't change it.
No, the only thing that you can change is the life that you fucking live.
Exactly. So that's the thing. My family is like super political too, and that's why I'm probably the least political out of everyone. And I like to talk about this with people, and it just comes down to the fact that like no matter what else is going on in the world, all right, someone else is going to be sitting on that chair. Someone else is going to give you an opinion no matter what. But if you don't make the effort to build a foundation for you and your family, then it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter who's sitting there. Like you just got to do you. Like that's why I don't watch the news, bro. I really don't watch the news. I really don't care.
I don't really. I mean, I stay up to date here and there, but I don't watch it like I used to, because it drains your energy, and it brings you into such a place of like anger, and like you can't control what they're fucking doing. The only thing you can control is your fucking life.
So it's funny that with politics, it's very interesting, because I don't really dive into it too deep, but every news channel, even content wise, all right, because I'm a content creator myself, we paint a picture, all right. So each of these newscasts, they have their own agendas and their own hidden messages, and it's really easy to start when you start creating content to find to like really pick up what they're actually trying to say.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are catching on. People are catching on. They're more aware, self-aware about like the different like subletted messages are going on in today's media. But I feel like no matter what they're saying, like you're right, like it doesn't matter. Like you really just have to keep pushing forward. I only watch it like from time to time to see what they're saying, so I can do the exact opposite, all right? Because I know for a fact, whatever they're saying, just do the opposite. Like the rich is doing exactly the opposite.
Yeah, it's like Jim Cramer. Whatever he fucking says is going good, it's gonna crash like right after.
What's that? Who's that guy?
He's like some fucking stock analyst on the fucking media. There's like a.
Is that the guy with the cup that he breaks the cups?
I think so. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
But yeah, whatever he fucking calls, you just call against whatever he says, and you're gonna make some money.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I'm saying. I one of the, I think I told you about this. I cried with a movie recently, and a lot of
You fucking cried.
Yeah, dude, I cried
Like a little bitch.
Yo, like a little bitch. Dude, I cried. You know why I cried?
What movie?
The Big Short.
The Big Short. Oh, okay, that's a good one.
I cried because like, this is gonna be weird. I cried because it clicked for me. It clicked for me on why like our generation is the way it is.
Yeah.
And it was sad to me because, for those of you that don't know, The Big Short is basically a movie about the 2005 like real estate what's it called
The recession.
The recession. And It basically goes into that. Now, I didn't really know about that. I hear about it from like family and stuff like that, but I didn't really understand like what truly happened. You know, I'm not into real estate like that. And when I watched the movie, it hurt me because like my mom came into the States during that time frame when the recession was happening. So like it just makes me think about like all the decisions that were made during that time frame. Like an entire generation of people that don't believe in banks, an entire generation that don't believe in credit. That's why like my generation of Hispanics basically are like, no, it's like save your money. Don't spend other people's money. Don't use credit cards. So we have an entire generation basically after like that doesn't know about finances. Like,
yeah,
which is crazy to me. Like,
I think, man, like
that's what made me cry, bro. It just like made me cry because it's like, damn, bro. Like she came in, my mom came in, and that's what was going on. You know.
I think a lot more people, especially with social media and the internet being so like in everyone's lives, like so omnipresent. You know, there's no excuse now to find and seek the knowledge to get to that next level. So even though they may have like a scarcity mindset, they can, you know, go listen to, you know, someone that has good financial advice. I would recommend Alex Hormozi. He's probably one of like my favorite, you know, viral speakers and successful business entrepreneurs. Hormozi, Andy Frisella, Ed Milet.
Wait, Andy Frisella is the owner of First Form. Yes, he's a badass.
I love his fucking podcast. I've seen him live, man. So I went to this event in L.A. Called Driven by Albert Preciado.
Yeah,
and he was a speaker there. And then one of the guys asked him like, "Hey, should I get a personal trainer to do 75 hard, or should I just go and do it myself?" And then he was like, "You want me to be honest?" And he's like, "Yeah, be honest." He's like, I think you need to stop being a fucking bitch and just fucking do it. Like, you're the reason why you're not where you want to be."
Yeah.
And the dude was pretty big, you know what I mean? So like, and everyone was like, got quiet after that. Like, he's like, you wanted me to be fucking real. I'm being fucking real. You need to stop being a fucking bitch. I'll do it with you starting today, but you need to fucking start. Stop being a little fucking bitch.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like, but I love his message because he's so direct and just in your fucking face.
100%. And you need people like that in your life. You need people that are going to rip you a new asshole.
Ed Milet, though, is one of the best storytellers I've ever heard. Like, he knows how to grab your attention and then tell a story and bring his emotions into it. Like, I was tearing up when Ed Milet was speaking, dude. Like, talking about his father and everything like that. That he's more of like a softer, but still intense, but like a softer version of like Andy.
Yeah.
Man, who else?
Is Ed Milet the one that's in health insurance or?
No. Ed Milet, I don't even know what the hell he does. He's just fucking like 8-9 figures.
You said Mansoor. What's Mansoor's mentor?
Mansoor's mentor, Brad Lee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yo, he's dope.
Yeah, Bradley's straight to the fucking point. He was a speaker at the Driven event too.
Yeah.
I met a lot of good people there, man. Like, the best thing that you can do that I did, that I know from experience, like, works, go to like networking and entrepreneurial events. Go fucking shake hands. Like, you're gonna get a lot from the speakers, but you're gonna get more value from meeting and talking to people that are at those events, because they want to learn the same thing. They're like-minded. You want to meet more like-minded people, go pay $200, $300, $400, $500. Go get a fucking general admission ticket and go get around like-minded people. And then those relationships, like, dude, I have so many relationships from those events that I still have today, and I consider them some of my best friends.
100%.
Some of my best.
It's because
fucking
they're on the
friends.
same wavelength.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they know they'll hustle to go out.
Shout out Anthony DeLuca, Ariel, fucking Aaron, fucking who else, man?
Drop them. Just drop them.
All you guys. I can't name you all, but I fucking love you guys, man. Fucking love you guys.
All right, well, it was such a pleasure to have you, man. Like,
yeah,
really
for
was.
sure.
Like, I know we could keep spiraling, like we can
all fucking day, dude. All fucking day.
Thank you for staying with us for today's Dollars and Dreams podcast. Looking forward to the next episode. Thanks for coming out, bro.
For sure, brother. For sure.
All right.